this is a very unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think if you're in a serious relationship with a girl, she should not have an Instagram. That's cheating, in my opinion. I think a woman having an Instagram is 100% cheating, especially if she has scantily clad photos of herself on the internet and she's not making money off of it, which a lot of women tend to do. They have Instagram just for attention, you know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
And I think for women, attention is like sex for men. So, you know, women love that attention from the opposite gender. And if you got a serious relationship with a girl and she still has a for sale sign on her neck, I think that's very disrespectful. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people think that's toxic. I know you don't like, you disagree.
I understand like it's toxic, but I
saw my
understand it.
face.
She's like, oh no.
I can't hide that shit.
Okay. What's your disagreement with it?
I just think I think it's unnecessary. I think it's a part of yourself. It's like, why do you think that my profile has anything to do with like my relationship with you? That would be weird to me. I just think you have to have enough like personal like perseverance to have that. Like, this is a reflection of me. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to like look for anything.
See, you might think that way,
Yeah.
but people on us, I don't think that way.
Yeah.
Well,
So, for example,
I mean, I understand guys target you super hard on like all your social media platforms. Like I see that all the time, but it doesn't mean that you have to give that energy to people. It doesn't mean you want it. It's like, I just think that's weird.
So if a man commits to you and gives you a relationship, you're saying that you would not delete your Instagram if he told you to delete it?
No,
You wouldn't. Okay.
I think that's weird.
Then I think that's an example of you didn't really like him that much then. Because if a woman
No,
truly
I
loves
just
and
think
respects
it's
you, she
not.
will get rid of it.
Well, if he's insecure about my, I guess, reflection online, then that's too much for me.
it's not being insecure. It's more like, if I'm taking care of the bills, I'm taking care of you. Like, here's one of my requests. At least don't put yourself out there to be like targeted by other guys. Because I mean, if I'm taking that responsibility, then
Why would you be concerned if the girl wholeheartedly loves you? Like, that's not a thing. She wouldn't even consider talking to anyone.
You mean like
that.
trust?
Yeah.
In other words.
I think the girl should change her Instagram and just make it
Or, yeah, she
clear
could
that
make it
she's in a
private and
relationship
just
and
not
don't
talk to
post
them.
scandalous stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
agree
look,
with that.
I'm not gonna post my ass if I'm dating somebody, but like,
Yeah.
you know.
I'll just say, if I'm dating you, I want to at least have like access to like see what's going on, because I need
So you
to
want
know.
a password?
Oh yeah,
Hell
for
yeah!
sure.
I gotta see that shit. I gotta see it.
That's the thing too. Is
Is she
like
gonna
you
have your
shouldn't hide your phone if you
Is she gonna
have,
have your
if
password?
you're in a relationship.
Nah.
Like, you don't have any reason to hide your phone or anything. You know, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is that a lot of guys won't admit this, but they would not like their girlfriend to have pictures of her body all over the internet on Instagram. And I get what you're saying. Maybe make a profile and make it private, and then have like, I guess, more modest pictures. That can possibly be a middle ground. But in general, if I was to date a girl seriously, I would tell her you're not having Instagram, especially if she's not making money off of it, because I understand how the world works with men and women. And for women, for men it's sex, women want attention. And if she's getting attention, like, that's just is disrespectful to the man, because she's keeping her options open.
What if she does it for like family reasons, like wanting to post so her family
There's
can
phone
see?
numbers, WhatsApp, you know, text message,
yeah, I
like, you know what I'm
guess.
saying? Like, you don't need Instagram, you know what I mean? It's just that women dislike giving away their
Access.
sexual advantage over men, where they can have options. Instagram is a great way to market yourself to a large majority of men, to keep options open. And there's a bunch of statistics that show that even married women, over 50% of married women, keep a guy in the background, and the husband even knows about it. So I say this again, another unpopular opinion: you have to keep women, you have to protect women from themselves. And the thing is this: modern day women are taught to have habits that are not productive to a good long-term relationship. They have a lot of bad habits: girls' nights out, showing their ass on the internet, not dressing modestly, etc. I'm not saying you can't do this when you're single, but when you're with a guy, you should have that respect where, you know, you dress a certain way, you convey yourself a certain way on the internet, you don't have scantily clad pictures. In other words, if the car is sold, you shouldn't be wearing a for sale sign on your neck. You know, that's how I look at it. And any guy that has like a set of nuts should be able to tell his girl that. And here's the thing: I'm not saying she has to do it, but what I am saying is, if you want a relationship with me, you're gonna have to make that happen, because I can go ahead and replace you with somebody else. It's just that a lot of guys don't have the balls to tell a woman that, you know, because it's politically incorrect to have boundaries on women, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just my view on it. Where were we? Oh yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Your turn.
So the girls have pretty much already said everything in the book. But I guess like a big turn on for me is a guy that can listen to me and is also very funny. It's like I love somebody that has like a good sense of humor, a dark sense of humor. I'm very goofy, I'm very weird, so I need somebody that can be, you know, like relatable. So
Match
somebody
the
that
energy.
somebody that can like definitely like relate to me and listen to me, stuff like that. That's a turn on to me. Somebody that just listens. A big turn off. I have to completely agree with you. Somebody that's just too desperate. Somebody that's just too desperate that like once I'm talking, I'm being myself, or we're talking and you just want to get in my pants, or every other comment is like a sexual comment. That's a really, really big turn off.
So
Yeah,
annoying.
huge red
Don't
flag.
do it, fellas.
Yeah.
Do it, but do it smoothly.
And
Yeah.
that right there is exactly why I would not want my girl having stupid pictures of herself on the internet, because I know how men think. Like, I know how women say, like, oh, well, I love you, I'm in a relationship with you. We can use the Lamborghini example.
Yeah.
If I have a Lamborghini, right, and it has an amazing lock system, alarm, the security ring is loud as hell and no one wants to steal it, and I park it in the, why would I park it in the hood with the doors unlocked? That's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel if you're gonna have a woman advertise herself on the internet, go to clubs, whatever. She's gonna put herself in situations that are not conducive to a successful long-term relationship. So, and I get it. Like a lot of modern day women say, well, I should be able to do what I want, blah. The problem is this. Women want a man to be traditional while absolving themselves of traditional responsibilities as a woman. You want me to protect you, earn more than you, be confident, make money, all these other things. But if I say, hey, listen, you can't put your ass on the internet, you're toxic and insecure. And it's like they pick and choose what they want to take from traditionalism that makes, puts them in an advantage. But the man's roles are always static while hers are negotiable. And I tell guys on this podcast, like, if you're going to be a traditional man, she needs to be a traditional girl. You know, it's bullshit that you have to, be traditional on your end and provide and bring home the bacon and be willing to die for this girl and protect her when she can't even say no when her girls ask her to go on a girls' night out. That's my thing.
Simply put, you want a gentleman, you got to be a lady.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
Would
I
you-
get that. I
Yeah.
get that.
But there's like different types of relationships too. Like some are traditional, and there's couples out there that are not traditional, like
True.
whatsoever.
At all.
Especially,
And those relationships don't work.
Yeah.
What
I
if
mean,
she act?
It depends.
How do you
There's
know,
different,
though?
There's
How
different.
do I
ones.
know?
You're still so young. Yeah.
I know because, well, over 50% of marriages end in divorce, and 80% of them are initiated by women.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a ton of changes, though. If you look in the last, 50 years, there is nothing that's been the same. So
Yeah.
it's like, how do we compare this? You know?
Well, it's easy. As divorce rates have gone up, women have become more empowered.
right.
So,
But is that the only thing, though? I think there's so many other factors.
the main factor is that women are initiating the divorce. So what does that tell you?
I don't think in every case they are.
80%.
I don't know.
I mean, we can't.
It's not feelings
It's
here.
not
It's
feelings. This is
feels.
facts.
Google that
I
shit right
just-
now.
This is facts. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, things have changed.
Yeah,
but
but
what
then
I'm
the
saying is that
husband has like 3 mistresses and like 5
Yeah.
accounts that he
It's
talks
like
to different
men
people.
have always had an escape. No offense, but men have always had an escape if they weren't happy in their marriage. But for women, this is the first time in society that we're able to do everything that we want to do, and it's not really chastised anymore. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I'll say this: birth control, morning after pills, they've kind of
big
saved
deal.
the way for you guys.
Yeah.
But let's be real here: if none of those things were on the table, and you were doing what we were doing, you have kids out of wedlock. You be
Wedlock,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, wedlock. You be doing the most. So I feel like at some point you have to say, you know what? I have my role to play, and this is what it is. So
Yeah. And that's what marriage is, I feel is compromise. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I think of this, I look at my parents who have been married for 32 years. They were together when my mom was 22. She had me when she was 26.
Mm-hmm.
No problems at all. And that never happened. So I don't know. I think that men and women should just have more freedom in general. Both of them should.
Okay, we got our chat niggas on Twitch asking, "Are you really happy with your views?"
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Why?
They don't
they were asking. It's 6 years, so they're asking if
Yeah,
if
just
you're happy.
curious. Okay.
I'll say
Oh,
this because
yeah.
you mentioned that modern day relationships, things have changed.
Not all of them.
My argument is that the changes have made it worse. So
Yeah.
since
agree.
we're in a state
Yeah,
now where
harder.
marriages birth rates are at the lowest they've ever been, right? So people are not having children. More women are single now than ever before, and they estimate over 50% of women will stay single in 2030.
Wow.
Then on top of that, about 7 to 8 out of divorces in the West, Canada, United States, etc., are initiated by women, and over 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I think there's a problem here. These modern day relationships clearly don't work. And I think a lot of it is because the gender roles have become ambiguous. Women have become more masculine and men have become more feminine.
Yes.
And it just doesn't work. You know, we're trying to put a square peg in a round hole and it just doesn't work. The world has always existed where the man is in a leadership position and the woman is in a submissive position, and he runs the household, he works, she stays at home. Now, is that to say women shouldn't work? No, I ain't saying that. But what I am saying is that since gender roles are ambiguous now and men are no longer in leadership positions, women find them weak and they divorce. Because a lot of guys are taught to be, get with your feelings, get more emotional, open up to me, all this other bullshit that I tell guys not to ever do. Because as the man, you're the stable rock in the relationship. She needs to be able to come and cry to you. You don't cry to her. You don't tell her your problems. You go tell your male friends your problems. Because unfortunately, with all due respect, ladies, you guys have no idea how to handle masculine problems. Because women live in a different world than men do. You know, you guys have privileges and accesses that we will never even dream of getting. You know what I'm saying? So you're not equipped to handle my problems as a man. I go even further that if a man does tell you his problems and he's in a relationship with you, the woman's going to lose attraction because you're supposed to be the leader. You can't be bending and folding and being a softie. So I think that's why relationships have lost. And I think, you know, this modern concept of men and women is it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But
And also,
she had something.
Yeah, just add to that point as well. So you're saying men have an escape, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, women have an ultimate escape.
So
because
many.
now you can just, hey, you know what? I'm not happy in this marriage anymore. I'm out of here. I take half his money. So I feel at
Right.
some point there has to be like a line where, okay, you know what? Yes, women do have their rights and they should have, you know, benefits as well.
Yeah.
But at our detriment, I don't think that's a good idea. Because now, who wants to be married? Let's be real here. Guys that
That's-
know the pitfalls of marriage, they don't want to get married.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like that's what's made men like so unable to get married and so unwilling to do it because they're like, okay, I don't trust women at all. And so that's why it's kind of like, it's like hindered us a lot because now men are not even willing to do that in the first place.
Yeah.
So-
but that being said, is the modern way helping us as people, or is it hurting us?
Hurting.
Let's be real here.
I feel like it might be hurting us right now, but it's still a path and we're on that path. So in like 20 years, I think that we're going to find balance.
I disagree
Let's
respectfully.
agree to disagree.
No, I
Look at our
agree.
kids,
I
though.
disagree.
They're going to have completely different views. We're like the first people to try this out for sure.
So
Yeah.
like for me, my parents have been together for plus
Yeah, talking to Mike.
30 plus years. And my mom has always told me, she's like, regardless of whatever relationship you're in, whoever you're with, there's something you're going to have to deal with and there's something you're going to have to not like, you know,
Yeah.
or something you're going to have to compromise with. So it's just at the end of the day who you pick to love and what you pick to deal with,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, and then turn offs and turn ons.
So for me, the biggest turn on would be like brutal honesty. I like someone that's super honest about everything and everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's better that way. Maybe not emotional wise.
Perfect, because I'm about to say a brutal truth right after this.
So even if it hurts, I mean, I think it's better than finding out later something that you didn't want to know and you could have
Yes.
just known and it would have been done and put away and that's it.
For
You know?
sure.
You
And
mentioned
then-
earlier that men like have sex with other girls and everything else like that, and they have 5 accounts or whatever.
So I feel like now there's a more access to different, like there's strip clubs, there's escorts, there's OF, you know, if
Sugar
you,
daddy
if,
sites.
you know, there's sugar daddy sites, there's, you know, a bunch of things, concierge service, you know, like what is that? You know, I don't even want to know, but
Everything.
you know, there's so many different escape routes. I don't want to use that word, but for them, like if they're not happy or their needs are not being met or they feel a certain way, they can go and get that and it's put away.
Yeah.
You know, for women, it's completely different. Women don't, you know, you could go to to a gay, like
Yeah,
to
what
a
do we
guy
even
strip
do?
club. I don't know, like so that's why women cheat or that's why women have like a secret guy that no one knows about. But at the end of the day, I feel like guys have more
Options.
options to
Really?
that world, right?
Just out of curiosity, and I want to go around the table with this because this is going to be
Yeah.
very interesting. What percentage of men do you think are actually sexually active with women?
What percentage of men?
Yeah.
Out of
I
100%.
would say about 60%.
Okay.
Okay.
You?
Ooh.
Okay, but you say like sexually active with like once they're in a relationship, while they're single,
Single,
like
While
yeah.
they're single.
like while they're single, like how
Guys that are
sexually
out there in the
active are
dating
they?
marketplace, guys that are out there in the dating marketplace, what percentage of them is actually consistently getting laid?
Oh yeah, I agree with her. Like 60,
60?
70%.
Okay.
Single getting laid?
Yeah.
I would say less, like 40%.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd
Issa,
say-
you know. Wait, have we asked you this question?
No, you haven't.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, never mind.
I would
I'm
say, I don't know, probably like, I mean, just right now, probably like 50%,
Right this second.
45, 50.
Okay.
50 to 45%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like completely single getting laid.
Yeah, single.
It's hard to get laid these days. I mean,
Yeah.
men,
40%,
not women.
I'm gonna guess.
40%?
I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. So, guys, yeah. I was just about to do it. Only about 10 to 20% of men are having sex with about
What?
90% of the girls.
Not in Miami though.
There's no way.
Hold on. No. Actually, it's even more highlighted in Miami.
Yeah.
No
Be-
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
So, ladies, you got to understand, and this is why I say all the time, men don't cheat; they just have sex. When you guys bang someone else, is cheating. For a man to get sexual access to women is very difficult, and a small percentage of men actually are out here dating women and dealing with them romantically. You said in Miami it's not like that. In Miami, it's definitely like that. Because in a major city like this, all the girls are gravitating towards the guys that live on Star Island, the guys that are in Brickell, the guys that have money, the guys that have some kind of clout, etc. LA, New York City, Las Vegas, Miami, major cities, or whatever it is, where there's celebrities, athletes, whatever, the women are all fighting to date and or be associated with the men. When you guys go into a nightclub, right? All you guys are pretty attractive ladies. You go into a nightclub, where are all the women concentrated?
At the
VIP.
Tables.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is exactly how the real world works as well. The top men have all the women, and then most of the guys, the other bottom 80% are fighting for the bottom 20% of women. So when women say this notion about, oh well, it's cheating when you have sex with other girls, or oh guys have options, this other stuff, that's a fallacy. You guys have all the sexual abundance. Men have to earn their sexual abundance because women only deal with a certain demographic of man. Earlier in the top of the show, we asked you guys, what do you guys like in a man? Well, a lot of you guys mentioned things that show leadership, dominance, competence, whatever, confidence. These are all traits of a man that's been accomplished and has built himself up to something.
Yep.
Men, simply put, ladies, women are born with value. Men must create their value. So this is why a small minority of men have sex with all the girls. So going to my point is that if a woman has sex with a lot of men, if a man has sex with a lot of women, he should be able to do so. A man should be able to have sex with as many women as he can afford and or has the status to get. But it doesn't work the other way around. You know, as a man has sex with more women, it's inevitable that he brings value to the market. But if a woman has sex with a lot of men, she lowers her value from a marriage standpoint.
true.
So that's the reality. That's why I always laugh when women say this. Well, if you can bang a lot of girls, why can't I bang a lot of guys? And I'm like, whoa. Like, no, hold on. It's easy for you guys to get sex. It's very difficult for men to get sex. You guys open up your phones right now, you're going to have 99 plus DMs from dudes hitting you up trying to get laid. Me and Fresh, we ain't going to get a quarter of that. You know, no matter how good looking we are, no matter how much money we have, no matter how much clout we have, a high status man is never going to be able to compete with the sexual abundance of an average looking girl. That's the unfortunate reality of the world. And we tell guys on this podcast all the time.